And I thank you, our honorable guest, who has very kindly agreed and in fact must have done a lot of hard work in having this postage issue done. It's very historic for many reasons. First of all, I think every leader should be a visionary person. India has produced great visionary leaders. It was from many years, even before we had invasions. If you remember Prithviraj Chauhan, he refused to bow down. And when he was blinded, both eyes, he was challenged by Muhammad Ghori. Now try and kill me, because he had defeated him, and then the second time he was betrayed. And his very, very close person who was close to him, he said, he told him, and in fact, Chauhan, Prithviraj told him, he said, just ask him to speak. So he says, I will ask him to speak. But the first time when he challenged him, he said, even today when I am blinded by you and in great pain, I can kill you. And sure enough, he asked his friend, please ask him to speak again to me. And he shot his arrow and he killed him there and then. After that, Prithviraj Chauhan was dragged. Then they, of course, the Afghans killed him. And they dragged him up till Kabul. And his remains were brought back to India after independence. He was dragged until there was no flesh left in his body. He was all bones. So India has had very many brave people in all communities. And I have just mentioned Prithviraj Chauhan because I think he is one of those people who never bend down to any pressure, whether physical pain, whether it was torture. We are today very happy to announce also that we are going to be celebrating the 117th birthday of Maharaja Bir Bikram. He was a visionary. He was a Democrat also. I recently found a book, a page in fact I should say, of Dhaka Gazetteer, where it caught my eyes because I saw, it says, Conquest of Bengal by Vijay Manikya. I think I've got it I've passed it on to my daughter. Like this, we have many gazetteers. Hussain Shah was last, of course, defeated, but maybe from my mobile, you all can get it, whoever I give it here to. So, he went up to Brahmaputra. Twice we defeated the Mughals, the Sultans of Bengal. He had 26,000 infantry, 25,000 cavalry, and 5,000 boats. And he sailed up to Assam. Now, these things should not become an issue because it is one particular dynasty that did it. It should not become narrow-minded. It should not hurt anybody, whether it is my party or their party or whoever's party. It should go above all these mean ideas. Democracy means dissent. We all dissent even with our parents. When your son or your daughter wants to do a certain subject and the father is a doctor, then he says, no, I don't want to be a doctor, I want to be a film artist. Somebody says, no, I have fallen in love with this person, I want to marry so and so. There is a dissent. So there is dissent in democracy, there is dissent in monarchy. That was the first form of governance. We had small groups in Nagaland, each Naga nation. There are 16 Naga nations. Each one has their identity. So when we talk of in a very intellectual and a higher plane, in a philosophical plane, philosophies have come for a long time. And philosophies also change with times. But it should not make you intolerant. Intolerance is the worst form of democracy. The worst form. If you don't agree with me, then you are people's enemy. In many places, in many parts of the country, you have people speaking like that. No. Our workers should have foremost, they should keep in mind that the country needs patriotic sons. It requires people who have vision. And Maharaja Bir Bikram had vision. I have some papers, and he was a boy of 15. He was very worried about the sanitary system in Agartala. He must have been around just 15 years old. And Vijay Babu, who was his guardian also and a tutor, Vijay Sen. So I find some of his letters he's written. He was fond of having people educated. And therefore, Ram Kumar Talukdar from Khwai, he was one person who was given the duty of collecting boys who wanted to get educated, and for their education. Then Dashrath was one of them in the group, Sudhennu, Hemanta, Aghor, and many more. I also found a paper, administrative order of Maharaja Bir Bikram and Virendra Kishore also, where he says, I want to know where all is there, how many schools. Even to the extent that there are 2 madrasas here, because madrasa is a form of education amongst the Muslims. We opened up 300 years ago, we allowed missionaries to come in. The Mariam Nagar. Virendra Kishore Manikya's time, New Zealand mission came. The Baptist church. The Buddhists, they too came in the 11th century. So today we have a lot of material to study from, choose from. When Maharaja Bir Bikram went to America in 1939, he was a guest of the President Roosevelt of America. In California, there was a huge exhibition, and after that, he was invited. He said, I would like to see the Indian, Red Indians that we call them, the indigenous people's reserves. When he went there, he was most distracted and felt very bad. He saw the conditions. And therefore, the moment he came back to India, in 1941, your today's reserve, Khumulung, is his gift. And it was implemented only in 1983, after the 1980 riots. He gave that whole reserve, because we had the 4 districts of Bangladesh, today's the Bangladesh, which we bought from the British. Because we had conquered Bengal by that time. We brought for 50,000 rupees, Chittagong Hill Tracts. 50,000 rupees, Kumilla and Brahmanbaria, known as British Tipperah district. And then we bought also Noakhali for 48,000 and Sylhet for 48,000. So these 4 districts became my husband's private property given to him under the merger agreement to the Maharaja Kirit Bikram Kishore Dev Burman. This is our private property. And we built also the first mosque for Shah Shuja after he fled from Aurangzeb. So I say I'm a Muslim, as good a Muslim than a Muslim. I told somebody in Calcutta recently, because we built the first mosque for the Muslims in Bangladesh, present Bangladesh, 300-400 years ago almost. So how can you say the system was wrong? Those in some parties criticize Maharaja Bir Bikram and say monarchies are dictatorships. No, dictatorships can be even in democracy. In the name of democracy. I have many instances, because it's a short time that I'm speaking, but I'm letting you know the background of this state, the background of its rulers. We have Hussain Shah's cannon, which was, after Hussain Shah was defeated, we got it here in Tripura. So that proves Vijay Manikya did defeat Bengal twice, he invaded. And from Assam, Kamrup, to Sundarbans, and up to Loktak Lake, up to our Manipur. And later on, of course, there were marriage alliances, so of course things changed. So territories become large, the territories also shrink. But today my main thing is to appeal to all of you, to the people of Tripura, cutting across religions and caste and parties. Where is your organic seed bank here? Has the agriculture got it? And if so, where is it? We have no organization, and I would like to announce from here that I would like to name one, with the permission of all of you, that there should be a Northeastern Regional Jumia Seed Bank. We are losing a lot of medicinal plants. Some of the things that I used to eat before, I don't see them here. We should have a different, under the ST department and the agriculture department, we should have, because now there is a time of innovation, ecological imbalances. We require medicines. And the Prime Minister has already said that day, make in India. So why not our medicines? We have an Ayush, already a department, but from the Northeast, from Mizoram, from Manipur, from Tripura, from Nagaland, and so many other places, Arunachal. We can start a seed bank. Let the Motha start on a seed bank program. Most of our tribals have become laborers in government plantations. Their lands were taken. When I was an MLA, there was 1 lakh of Jumiyas they were landless. They were made into laborers in Kheda Chhara and all these places. Even today, the government receives money, whichever party comes to power, they take the money, and yet we have landless people. So this is my final, what I have to say. You all have many more things to say, but whatever is closest to my heart, I feel Veer Bikram's time and before that, our ancestors, we all lived very democratically, without any bars. And otherwise, today there wouldn't be Shanti Niketan if Maharaja Radhakishore Manikya did not give all what he had started in Kumilla. He wanted to make for East Bengal a free university. Do you know that? Was that not a vision? Who thinks of it like this today? And when the British refused permission, then in 1922, the Dhaka University came up. So these are facts, they're not made up by me. If there is some research people who want to do this, I would love that. I would love to give them some material. I would ask Bara Kumari also. And I would like to thank you all for listening so patiently. Thank you.